तो हेलो गाइस, वेलकम टू जावा इजेसम। और इस वीडियो में हम लोग देखेंगे फंडामेंटल्स ऑफ जावा क्लासेस। जब भी कोई आप क्लास डिजाइन करते हो तो देखो, ये जो वीडियो है बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट होने वाला है। प्लीज़ बी केयरफुल। ओके। सो जब भी आप कोई क्लास डिजाइन करोगे, फॉर एग्जांपल आपको कोड लिखना है। ओके। आप डेफिनेटली एक क्लास लिखोगे। उस क्लास के अलावा, उस क्लास के आउटसाइड, उस क्लास के इनसाइड क्या ऐसे चीज़ें हैं जो हम लोग लिख सकते हैं, क्या क्या चीज़ें मैंडेटरी है, क्या क्या चीज़ें मैंडेटरी नहीं है, क्या क्या चीज़ें रिक्वायर्ड है, क्या क्या चीज़ें रिक्वायर्ड नहीं है। तो ये सारे चीज़ें हम लोग इस फंडामेंटल ऑफ जावा क्लासेस में कवर करेंगे। तो सिंपली अगर कहें कि इफ़ यू आर गोइंग टू क्रिएट वन क्लास, फॉर एग्जांपल एनी क्लास A, this is the one class. Okay, this is one class. This is the first rules. Whenever you create a class, you have to specify those class with the class keyword. Okay, without class keyword you can't create any classes. Okay, तो सबसे पहले आपको फोकस करना है कि ओके, आई एम गोइंग टू क्रिएट ए क्लास एंड दिस इज द क्लास A. As of now you created one class which is class A. You have created one class A, fine. Okay, what is the possibility to write some code of outside and write some code of outside, like below outside of this class. Okay. अगर सिंपल बात करें तो यहाँ पे ये जो क्लास है, जो आपने क्लास बनाया है, इस क्लास के ऊपर सिर्फ और सिर्फ आप पैकेज इंपोर्ट कर सकते हो, उसके अलावा कुछ नहीं कर सकते। इसके अलावा अगर कुछ भी यहाँ पे लिखते हो, अगर दूसरा क्लास आपको बनाना है तो बना सकते हो। क्लास और D you can open and you can close it, that is possible. Both are separate. Okay, in the downside also you can write a class, that is possible, not a doubt in that. Class C, no problem, you can write like that. But all our classes are the separate. Class D is a separate, class A is a separate class, class C is a separate class, you can see here. But I don't want to talk about it right now. I'm going to talk about fundamentals of the classes. For example, this is the one class which is class A. In the above of this class, in the same file, if you are writing any classes, it means it's one of the Java file. Okay, it's one of the Java files. For example, this is the file name called a.java. Okay, saved in your local memory. You have saved these classes with the A, which is class A. Okay, fine. What is the possibility? What is the possibility to write here? Here in the class you can write some things, which is I am going to tell here. Okay, what you can write here? Here you can write package. We can learn package in the depth upcoming video, but as of now just understand, here you can write package above the classes. Now second, you can write here import some other class. What we can do is, we can write above of the any files of the Java, package, import some other classes, and then after you can create a class, which is 3. Point number 3, which is create a class. So you already create class. Okay, so this is the point number 1, which is package. Then after you can give the import some other class. For example, if you see the human body, so first is head, then after eye, nose, mouth, neck, chest, belly, and you can go down slowly. So same thing, if you write any file of the code, so you have to go top to down. Okay, so whenever you go to the top to down, you can see first package, then you can see import classes, then you can see classes. Inside these classes we can create variable. So as of now you don't know what is the variables, but I'm going to cover in the depth in the upcoming video. So variable is nothing but whatever the you create like that variables, like int a equal to 10. So this is one variables. So a is what type? Integer type, and it's a store 10 value. So this is called one variables. Okay, what is the package? Package in the sense, package is a one of the keyword. So how you can write a package? So while writing a package, you can write package, and you can give here package name. So for example, I want to give the package name com.mycode. So this is my package name. So like that you can define the package. If you want to import some class, whatever I am telling in these classes, you have to just remember it. If you not remember it, it's a very important, and it's very helpful for the upcoming classes, because if you know those things, then only you can understood what is package, what is import, what is class, what is variables, each and everything. So please be focused on that. Okay, so what is the import? So package is a one of the keyword you already learn. Okay, so through that we can create one package. Package is nothing but one folders. Package is nothing but one folder. Okay, import is nothing but, if I tell about the import, so this is the comment I am giving here. Okay, and whenever I want to explain something, so I can give the comment only. So you can see here, import some other classes. It means I have two files of the code, class A and class B. I want to import class B inside the class A. Why? Because I want to use class B some method. Okay, I will explain. Okay, so import is a one keyword. Import is what? One keyword. So now I hope you understood like what is the importance of the keywords. So if you remember the keywords, then only you can understood, okay, this is the keyword. So package is a keyword, import is a keyword. How we are using the imports? So for example, I want to import some other classes. So what I can give? I can write import whatever the package name, fully package name I can give. So for example, some other classes having a com dot service dot class name. So I want to import the B, so I can say B class. Okay, and here I can give semicolon. So B class will be imported here. If you don't want to give this one or something like that, so you can give simply, okay, com.service.b. So import this package inside this A class. So you are imported. So this is the meaning is simply called, if you go to the paint here, so for example you have a one class which is class A and class B. Okay, this class A is available in package called com.mycode com.mycode, and this is the B class which is available on package called com.service. Okay, so if you see here, this A class is available inside the com.mycode, and B class is available inside the com.service package. So if I want to import B class inside the A class, for what? For using some method. So for example, B class having a method called calculator, int calculator, and it will take some parameter int data, and so this is the method inside this B class, and I want to use this B class method. So what I have to do? First I have to import this B class inside the A class, then only I can use this calculator method inside the A class. Okay, so how can I import it? So after this line of the code, here next line in between, I have to write, what I have to write? So I have to write import. So this class I have to import inside this class. So I will write import what? com.service. If I give dot star, then inside this package, whatever the classes is available, those all import. Otherwise I find to import only one class, so I can write B. So this is the way to import one class to another class, and while using these methods we can create an object of the B class here inside this class A, and we can call through B class this method, and we can utilize it. Okay, so this is the benefit. Okay, let's go to the topics and discuss in the more. Okay, so here we can understood like what is the package, what is the import, what is the classes, how to create classes, what is the variable. So this is the flow top to down we have to follow while creating a class. Okay, so what is package? It will above the import, then after import, then after above the class having an import or package. Inside the class you can write a variables. If you write any variable outside of the class, then that is the error, that is the issue. You can't write variable outside of the class. You can't write import inside the class. Inside the class means this line of the code you can't write inside the class. आप क्लास के अंदर इन लाइनों को नहीं लिख सकते, इनका पोजीशन फिक्स है कि कहाँ रहेगा, क्लास के ऊपर ही रह सकता है, उसके नीचे नहीं आ सकता. So that is the fixed positions of the package or import. Same thing class. For the variables, if I talk about the variable, so variables is we can define in the class label, it means in the class, and also you can define inside the method. So inside the if I talk about the inside the classes, so you can give inside the class which is variables, then after you can give block of the code, block of code, which is a static block or non-static block, which is simply we are writing like that. So this is the block of the code. We can write inside this, we can write a constructors. So we can write a constructor, constructors, okay. We can write a method, we can write a methods. So inside the class we can write a variables, we can write a block of the code which is a static block or non-static block. Inside the classes we can write a constructor, inside the classes we can write a method. Only this thing is possible. Only this thing is possible while writing any class, okay. So you can't write these things like variable, block, constructor or methods outside of the class. Outside of class means after the curly braces you can't write it. If you write after the curly braces or before the curly braces, you get an exception, you get an error. So definitely you have to write these things inside the class only. I hope you understood. Okay. So what is the fundamental of Java classes? Which is first is import, like first is package, second is import, then after class, then inside the class you can write variable, block of the code, constructor, methods. That's it. Okay. Next. For example, you have a one method, you have a one constructor, you have a one block of the code. What you can write inside this? That is the main important things. So for example, if I talk about the methods, so let's talk about the methods. So for example, in this class, I'm going to write one method called demo. So while writing a method, we can specify this method is public or not, this method is static or not. So based on the situation, we can use this keyword. For example, I want to available this method for all the other classes also. Then I can make this method as a public so that other classes can use it. For example, B class can use it. If I make this method as a statics, all those are the keyword. Public is a keyword, static is a keyword, int is a keyword. So if I make any method as a statics, what will happen? This one method we can call from the outside also without creating a object, and inside the class also. Int is a return type which is in type of the data, and demo is a method name. So after the demo you have to give the parenthesis so that we can say this is a method. Then after curly braces open, curly braces close. Make sure we are writing this method inside the class. We can't write the method outside of the class. Okay. Inside the method, what we can write, that is the main important things also. So inside the method we can write a logic. Inside the method we can write system.out.println. Inside the method we can print something, we can write something, we can write some logic. We can't write any package, any import statement, any. In the methods we can write a class. It's possible, later we can discuss about it. Okay. Inside the method we can't write constructor. Inside the method we can't write a block of the code. Inside the method we can create a variables. Okay. So for example, in this method I want to create some variables, so I can create it, no issue. So if I talk about the method label, so we can say in method labels like a point, we can create variable. Simply I am defining it.
Was there video?
Okay, so we can write a like first, which is second. Inside the method we can create a variable. Inside the method we can write business logic. Business business logic. Business logic in the sense, whatever the multiplications, subtractions, whatever the operations you want to do, you can write inside this. Inside the methods you can write something like what we can say, return statement, some if else, object creation, loop. We can discuss those things later. What is the if else, what is the object creation, what is the loops. We can write like switch. We can write something like any code which is creating an object for that. So new object, call some other method. So for example, I want to call B methods, B class method. Okay, so I have to call from the one method class inside the class A only. I don't call directly. Okay, and then after you can write inside the method what is the return type you have to give. So return statement. In the class you can't write a return statement. Make sure. Okay, so many people are the confused, he will return from the class only. No, that is not possible. Whatever you are doing, you have to do inside this method level only. So for example, this is the demo method, this is the open here, and this is the closing here. So we can return a statement and we can return some values because of we have given the return type is int. Otherwise we can't return it. If it is void, we don't want to return. Okay, so many types of the methods are available, so we can discuss in the depth, but this is the fundamentals, and you have to know about it and you have to understand those things. Okay, so save this, just save, and what we called here, I am going to create one folder called document, and I will save inside the document fundamental of classes. Okay, now go to our local file list. Like previous class, we have created one folder called Java Batch 2023. Inside this folder, if you see, we have written some code, which is my first class.java, right? We have written yesterday. I'm going to delete this one. Okay, I'm going to delete this one, and I'm going to delete this class file. Okay, I will copy this one, cut this one, and I will create one more folder called code, and I will go inside this code and I will paste it. Okay, so if you see here, there is nothing. If you go inside this, you can see here my first class. Okay, so if I open this class in the notepad, you can see this is our class. Okay, so let's understand here I have written one class which is my first class, and inside this class I have given one method called public static void when main methods, which is prerequisite to do work with the Java code. Okay, so I have given this method inside this class. Okay, if I write this method outside this class, I can get error. Anything. If I change the name also. So this is the files I have saved it. Okay, go to those particular locations here, and while run and compile you can click here, and then after remove this cmd enter, and here you can write Java C. First we need to compile it, so you can write Java C, and then after you can write your class name. So what is the class name? My first class dot Java. So if you run, you can see some error, and you can see here the dot class file is not created. Why it's not created? Because in your code having some issue. It's a compile time issue, so because of that it will not create the dot class file. What it's saying? Error class, like my first class dot Java, line number 11, error class interface enum or record expected. So only in the class label we can write class interface enum or record expected. Public static void main method is not expected, and error is 2. So what I can do? I can go to this, and if I remove it, again I save it, and again I go to the same page and also open this one and go to this one. Again same command, just give the like whatever the arrow button you have, those Java C my first dot Java, and just enter. So you can see while it's compile, dot class file is generated. If dot class file is generated, you can run this code. So Java my first class. So once you run with this, hello world will be printed. Okay, so this is the things will going on, so you can try your own. Okay, so I'm going to give you some assignment, like you can try your own. How you can try it? So for example, you can try to create a variables outside of the class. You can try to write a constructor outside of the class. You can write a block of the code outside of the class. You can write something zigzag, do the something wrong and just go and run see the error. Try to see the error, like what is the error he generating. So different way, like you can write the import package inside the class, you can write the package inside the class, and just compile and run and test it. Like at least 2 to 3 classes you can create, and you can try to test with the different things, like what is the error he given, so that you can understood like okay what is the right and what is the wrong. Okay, so as of now this is done, fundamentals of the classes. We can cover some more things in the upcoming video. Thank you so much.